Hello, I'm Derek White with Dope Free Soldier. I come here every week to talk to the men and women who are released back into their communities and the men and women who are currently in prison. I come here every week to remind you you're not your past, you're not a mistake, you're not a failure. But now there are some things you must do. It's time to make a commitment and be committed to the commitment that you made. It's time for you to have 10 toes down on the ground. It's time for you to stay solid and be standing on a solid foundation. But first, you gotta stop lying to yourself. You gotta understand that you wrote numerous letters home and your family deserve a better product because that old version of you just won't do. It's time to think some things through. And it's time to understand that people, places, and things are real. There are some toxic, evil, dysfunctional people that can no longer be associated with your life. You can't afford to hang out with people that are doing nothing. You gotta be doing something. See, boredom leads to relapse. So you gotta be moving. And you gotta be moving forward. Quit telling yourself that you can't do it and start telling yourself you gotta do it. You gotta break free from nonsense and you gotta cut this foolishness out. Your old ways won't get you nothing because your old ways will never open up new doors. You gotta start believing in yourself. You gotta get off the roller coaster and you gotta get off the merry-go-round. You gotta stop self-doubt. If you want me to believe, you want your family to believe, then you must believe. You gotta understand there's some things that you gotta achieve because you have a purpose in this life. You gotta quit taking easy and quit thinking easy. See, anyone can do prison, but can anyone do life? See, a lot of people get discouraged. And discouragement shows up, in a Section 8 projects. A discouragement shows up on your job. Discouragement rides with you to work. Discouragement shows up in mansions on side of a jacuzzi. Guys, ladies, stay away from discouragement. Every day, you gotta have a strong mindset. You gotta learn to say no to drugs and yes to your life. All this legal this and legal marijuana and legal, listen. Stay away and stay free like the American eagle. Stop hanging out with pigeons because pigeons, they just don't want anything. You gotta realize that there are some people that they're sick, they want you to be sick. There are some people that are doing criminal things and they want you to come along and do criminal things with them. You gotta stop victimizing yourself. You gotta learn to love yourself because when you don't love yourself, you're about to chase out the people, places, and things that don't love you. Quit walking around in fear. Quit telling yourself that you can't live a clean and sober life. You must live a clean and sober life. And for those that are on probation and parole, I understand that they're going to send you to a TLC. I understand they're going to send you to some other halfway house, but that is just a temporary fix. It's time for you to put on man pants and women dresses, whatever you need to do. It's time for you to take a stand, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for you to be who you say you was going to be on paper. It's time for you to celebrate the new version of you because that old version you should have left in prison. And again, stop running back to people, places, and things that are going to break you because they're going to continue to break you as long as you allow it. See, it's a new day. It's time for you to understand it's a new day and it's a new you. And you got to be the change that you want your family to see and believe. Stop talking about it and just be about it. Understand that you can never go forward in life holding on to things that are behind you. So you must stop cheating on your future with your past. The past is the past. You can't drive your car in reverse, so don't live your life in reverse. And again, Stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending to be something that you're not, because time is going to find you out. Hey, what do you want with your life? What have you been praying for? What have you been asking God for? Now you got to do something. You got to do some work. And while we wait, we got to be working. Let it go. Let it go, because it's not fun. I've been down one time. I've been down 2 times. I've been down. Listen, it's time to learn. Let your mistakes and just be a failure, not your undertaker. Every day, get up with a winning mindset. Tell yourself, if you're hooked on drugs, that you know what? Today is Monday and I don't do drugs on Monday. Today is Tuesday and I don't do drugs on Tuesday. Let the enemy know that you are aware that you gotta win this thing. And again, I tell people all the time, you may lose some battles throughout the day, but your war has already been won. Remember that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Remember that you are the head and not the tail. Tell yourself, it's time for me to live up instead of living down. Quit looking for your rock bottom. Quit looking for your rock bottom and quit looking for excuses to get high. Come on now. You were praying in prison about wanting to stay free. So understand that weight scales, guns, and bullet shells are only going to take you back to a prison cell. You hanging out with people that don't want nothing, well, it rubs off on you, so you don't want anything. See, winners win and losers lose. Hang out with winners, because winning is what you got to do. Stop blaming folks and stop shaming folks. Stop hollering for a daddy that ain't gonna never be there. Get your hands off your mama and start appreciating the people that are in your life. Stop taking them for granted. Because sometimes when we take things for granted, they don't come back the way that we used to, the way that they used to be. So again, stop taking them for granted. Tell them once in a while that you appreciate them. Tell them once in a while that you thank them for praying for you when you weren't praying for yourself. Thank them for just being in your life. It's a privilege to have your family with you now. But again, don't let your mind play tricks on you. Don't let your mind tell you that you can't do this. Don't let your mind tell you that nobody cares. You are not alone. If you seek help, you will get help. And if you continue just to believe in yourself, continue to understand that there are 3 things I got to do every day. I got to ask myself who I am, what I stand for, and who I serve. Guys, you're powerful. You're not powerless. Quit walking with your head down. Quit thinking that everybody know I serve prison time. Listen, who cares? You just go forward with your life. You just understand that this opportunity is really that. It's an opportunity, and I'm not going to let this opportunity get by. Come on now. Run your race. It's always going to be in your face until you deal with your problems with grace. So run your race. Run your race and never go back to an environment that made you sick. Hey, I'm Derek White. I'm with Dope Free Soldier. And I'm the one who comes here every week and tell you, I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. Hey, Derek White, Dope Free Soldier, deuces!